everybody, it's Shawn Marie from Kennedy's Cuties. Back with a little bit of this and a little bit of that. I had a craft fair. It was just a little 4-hour craft fair, a couple of towns over, a very small town, on Saturday. I did pretty well. I think I made $135 in 4 hours, so it wasn't too bad. I mean, it was only $30 for the spot, so I'm seeing glare on my glasses. I'm sorry. I'm trying a different position, and I have a light above me now, hoping that it will help, but the window glare is still hitting my glasses. I'll get it right eventually. I'm working on it. I do think the lighting is a little bit better, though, actually. You know, it's not as dark as it was. So, it's also later in the day, so that could be part of the reason, but anyways, minus the glare on my glasses, I think it's okay. So anyway, I didn't write down what I had. It was very last minute. I didn't take a tablet with me. I had to go right from there to work, and it was chaotic. And I didn't take anything with me to write on. So I didn't write everything down, but it was mostly a lot of $5 items anyway. I sold out of all my Will-O-the-Wisps. Those are all gone. Trying to remember what else sold. Oh, my Stitch sold. I don't know. If I think of any more of it as I'm going, I'll pop it out there. But anyway, to get on to what I did this week, and I think I did okay. I did pretty good, actually. I got a whole basket full of stuff here beside me to go through, so I guess we'll just get right into that. So I'm going to go in the order of what's on top. It actually happens to be on the top of my list as well, conveniently. Is Ace the Alligator. Oh, the coloring's so much better. You can actually see stuff today. Isn't he cute? This is all no-sew. The whole entire thing is no-sew. Takes no time to make. Comes out a very decent size. Absolutely adorable. This pattern is by Crochet with Kyra. Like I said, it's all no-sew. You do surface crochet the stitches on here, and you just, I guess technically you could say it's sew, I guess, but you embroider the little toenails on. You skip spots and chain in the body, and then you pick those up to do the legs. So yeah, he's really easy. I have $22 on him. Look at those eyes. My granddaughter painted these eyes. Can you see the little bit of green and a little bit of the silver in them? She does a really good job painting eyes, and I saw these ones. I was like, oh, this is so perfect for him. They have that shine that brings them out, but they have that little bit of green in them too. And I did kind of get them in the wrong spot. One of them's a little more derpy than the other, but his little heavy eyelids cover that pretty good. Even this part here is so easy because you just do it in the round. There is no actual putting a dip in here. It's literally so crocheted by expanding your stitches and decreasing your stitches. I'm not going to be able to talk, evidently. And while you're making it, it starts getting really wonky because it's got a lot of extra stitches there. But then when you start bringing them back down again, it just naturally just pops right into place. And it's really amazing. It's one of those, definitely trust the process. But yeah, it comes out, it does it all by itself afterwards. It just pops itself right into these little eye pieces. I think he's absolutely precious. So yeah, there is my Ace the Alligator by Crochet with Kyra. K-Y-R-A. Crochet with Kyra. And he is not my only one from her. My next one is also by her, and it is Camilla the Chameleon. Again, no sew. These are made separately, but you sew them into the round, or you crochet them into the round. Isn't she sweet? Kind of wish I'd put the big eyes on her too, but her little legs just kind of hang down or sploot out. And she's got her little rolled up tail. I get fuzzies all over everything. You get the little hump in the back and the little hump on the head. I think she's adorable. And about the same size as Ace. Takes just over a skein of yarn. I'd say like a skein and a third. This is the Bernat. Not Bernat, I'm sorry. I always do that. Parfait XL? I think it's Parfait XL. So it's a little bit chunkier yarn than Ace the alligator is. He is the chenille. How cute is that little face? Again, crochet by Cara. Cute patterns. I like her patterns. I like the fact that they're all no-sew, so far anyway. And they come out really good. They work up super, super quick. So I have $22 on him as well. Oh, let me see. Alright, so I did replace my stitch. This is just a pattern that I kind of threw together myself, kind of combining this and combining that from other patterns until I got a stitch that I like. His eyes are felt cut, and I just put daubs of paint on him. I use the back of a paintbrush and just daub it real quick and let it dry. I have 25 on him. That was what I sold the other one for the other day. And Premier Parfait Chunky. I think this is the classic blue, and this is the light blue. Or maybe it's the one that just says blue. And ballet slipper. I forgot to tell you, Ace the alligator. That's Kelly. That's the new one of their new colors, Kelly green. That is the Kelly green. There's my little stitch. He's not so little, really. He's pretty good sized. And there's that. I did make another one of those. Remember the Meow Berry cat? I said I was making one in brown. But I showed him my cat roundup. I had the little strawberry hat on. So I made one of them in brown. With no hat. Just the kitty. Because I think this little cat is precious. I love the way he sits. And he is not hard to make. It is a lot of sewing. But he is so cute. I think he's just adorable. I can see some little one just snuggling with him. This is the chestnut. And again, I think that's just ballet slipper on the nose there. And I just crocheted on the nose. And I have $12 on him. Super, super cute. They sit so well. And they're just adorable. I like him. I probably will be making more of him. So this pattern is it's from the Spring Kitty pattern. I could not figure out anywhere on my, because I have it on my tablet. I don't have it printed out. And I couldn't find anywhere on there who it was by. I'm sure that back when I bought it, obviously it was listed with who it was by, but I couldn't find it, so I do apologize that. It is called Spring Kitty. It's Hello Kitty with 3 different spring outfits. And I saw this one on Instagram. Well, I saw Hello Kitty on Instagram in a green, and I thought it was absolutely adorable. So I just used that Spring Kitty, Hello Kitty pattern and made my little zombie kitty. Isn't she cute? I think it's precious. Yeah, so I just made my own little version of it. I mean, it's clearly not the same as theirs. I used a different pattern entirely, but I did steal their color combo, and then I just made my own version of it. So cute. And I added a little bit of blood and stuff to his stitches, which I don't think that one had and stuff, so I actually want to make one with a yellow and black striped body to be a zombie kitty. Yeah, I think she's so cute though. I love these little oval eyes. I got these on Amazon and they're so perfect for her. So I have on her $25. Cute, cute, cute. And so because I sold out of my Will-O-the-Wisps and I needed something for my $5 bin, and Will-O-the-Wisps are by Blue Paw Print Crochet. I made 1, 2, 3, 4 green ones. And this is the Dollar Tree yarn. And I can get 3 out of Boscana Dollar Tree yarn. And I sell them for $5 a piece. Not a bad market. And I just used random eyes that I had around the house. Different colors. One's got red, green, kind of a yellowy color, and I think that one is like a dark brown or a brownish brown. I don't know. So here's 4 Will-O-the-Wisps in green. This is the mint green. Let's turn you around, buddy. So cute. Yeah, I really needed to replace those. I went through all of them. And then I did 2 in blue. And that's all I got done because I just did them one night at work. So here's my 2 blue. Again, Dollar Tree yarn. This one's got the yellowy kind of yellowy brown eyes, and this one's got the red. They're adorable. I love these. People pick them up and they're like, oh my gosh, these are so cute. What are they? And then I have to explain to them that, you know, Movie Brave, the little floaty lights. Yeah, but they're cute. And none of them, I can make one right after the other. They never come out the same. This one's got a round head. This one's got a long head. I never put their balloons in the corner over there from the birthday party last weekend. I never put their little bobble stitches where it says. I just randomly stick them in where I want them, so they come out in different spots sometimes. And yeah, it's one of those projects. You know, if you get the pattern in your head, you can just whip it up, and you don't have to stop and look at the pattern all the time. And you can just throw a bunch of these together. So I mean, I made up 6 of those. That's $30 worth of inventory right there. It took me no time to make. That was just at the end of the evening while I was waiting for the person to come and relieve me after I'd done other stuff all day. Alright, so this is the Garfield I was working on for my cat challenge. I did finally finish him. And this is a free one on Instagram. I did not write down the name of the person, maker. And I realized afterwards I should have put his pupils a little more centered. Garfield's eyes are not, his pupils aren't out in the centers of his eyes. They're kind of more in the middle of his eyes. I didn't realize that until after I had him in. But he's really cute. This is the, I want to say it's the Maze. With just a little bit of teddy bear. Pretty sure that's Maze. And I just glued a pom-pom for his nose. Just glued a little pom-pom on there. He was not hard to make. He really wasn't. It's the same concept as the stitch. You know, it's just the body, head, legs and arms. With the ears on. And I have 20 on him. He is a little smaller than the stitch, and he is a little messed up. I hate having to do the tops of ears with another color like that. It's really hard to tuck it. But it looks okay. I did make another one of my fruit hat bunnies. This one is Blueberry. And this is my pattern. So this is Blueberry, and his little blueberry overalls come off, and his blueberry cap comes off. I do want to make a series of clothing for him that that kids can buy separately. Just swap them out. I didn't do a pocket on this one. I didn't really think it needed it. It's kind of coming off as denim with, the little blueberry topper. But I think he came out so cute. I love these little bunnies. They're not that hard to make. My bunny is one piece. It's no sew. The only thing you sew you don't sew anything on this one. The strawberry one, you had to sew the little green top to the hat. This one, nothing. There's not a bit of sew on this one. I didn't put a pocket on it. That would have been sew. The whole entire bunny is no sew. Took me a little while to get this pattern right. But I think he's precious. I love him. And he is $35. Okay. This guy, I think everybody will recognize, and this is a free Instagram pattern, is, God, there's fuzz on everything. I didn't have the right orange, so I kind of used the coral. I think it's coral. I should have more of like a harvest orange color. But he is one of the little Ewoks, or forest dwellers, from Star Wars. He's got a little belly patch. His little... I did sew all of his hat on. It does not come off. His ears are actually made onto the hat, not his head. He's got little paws. Thought about putting a tail on him. I didn't say to put a tail on him, but I almost think they have tails. I think I still might go back and add a little tail to him. It's not huge, but he's not small. So it's teddy bear, coral, and toffee. I think it's teddy bear. Yes, because I used the chestnut for his little eyes, nose, and the little markings on his hat here. And I have $18 on him. I think he's really cute. I have no doubt he'll sell. So that is most of that stuff. This is a little bear version of the cat I made for the cat challenge. Again, free on Instagram. These were the Pocket Pals. And they came as a cat or a bear. And I did the cat for the fuzzies. For the cat challenge. Then I did the bear just because I thought he was super cute. So I made the little bear to match. And these are really, really quick. Really quick. The head and the body are all one piece. You do have to sew everything else on, but I think you could probably work the arms right into a round if you wanted to, and only have to do the tail and the ears. Very quick, very easy. Dollar Tree yarn. I could probably make 3 of these with a skein of Dollar Tree yarn easily. I think he's one in my $10 bin. And let me see, those kitties that I was telling you about that I sold out of finally. I had one in every color of Dollar Tree yarn that is out there in chenille. And so that gave me like 8 of them, I think. The pattern is called Small Kitty by Little Muggles. And I've started restocking them because, again, something that is not very hard to make. A lot of sewing, but not hard to make. Quick, very inexpensive, Dollar Tree yarn. It takes almost a whole skein to do the colored part of the body, and I could probably do 2 with the white. So there's the fuchsia version, and the light pink version. That's all I got done. I did start a yellow, but I haven't finished it yet. The light pink is kind of washed out. It's not bad, but I didn't do his hands with the white. I did his. I didn't do the tip of that one's tail. I did this. So, I mean, you can really, you know, mix them up a little bit. But aren't they cute? They're really, really cute, and they do sell well. And I have $18 on these. You know, it cost me maybe $2 in yarn each. The eyes, as you can see, these ones are much smaller than these ones. I like this size better. I will go with this size from now on. The bigger, but they are eyes that my granddaughter and I painted. There you go. You can see them now. This one does have a touch of green in it, whereas this one's more of a darker sparkly. Okay, anyway, the last 2 things I have, and these are big, and these are Kalani the Water Dragon and they are by Sphinx Crochet. I love her patterns. I think they're absolutely adorable. Please excuse the mess behind me. I do need to do something with that. So the first one I made in the blue to kind of look like the one she had on the cover. And they are long. They are so long. But isn't that the most precious thing? My eyes that I painted. He is so stinking cute. I love it. She did 6 spikes on hers. I only did 4 on mine. I thought 4 was plenty. I didn't really want them down the back. So cute. Such a cute pattern. In hers, she did not do baubles here. She did knots afterwards, like French knots over hers. I just put baubles in. I didn't want to deal with doing French knots, so I just added baubles as I went. Look at them. Look at those eyes. So precious. And these fins just make it. I think, you know, that gives it that whole water dragon, that in his tail. So cute. And I have $40 on him. And then, of course, because I have a him, I had to have a her. And she is covered in fuzz. This yarn is so much darker. Again, I painted the eyes for her. Precious. I did these horns a little differently. These are called the spiral, and you're just working the whole entire thing in the back loop to give it this, I don't know if you can see it, this like spiraled look, which I thought was really cute. But after this one, I was like, yeah, I don't want to do that again. So this one is just plain. I started this one last, but I did the horns on it first. So these ones are just single crocheted. I do like the look of the spiraled ones, though. I think they look really cool. So again, his little tail, his wings, his spikes. I also have 40 on him, and these are both Premier Chenille. This one is, I want to say Iris. Pretty sure it's Iris. This is the new Marshmallow. And this one is the blue. Classic blue? No. Cornflower blue. Cornflower blue. And then just white. Their heads are very, I mean, for everything that's on their heads, they don't bobble a lot. They're pretty sturdy, which is nice. Usually most things you make with a heavy head, it starts to weigh the head, you know, the head starts to weigh it down and stuff. So, but yeah, that's everything I have to show you for this week. I think it was a pretty good week. I think I did quite well. Those will all be going to market with me tomorrow. I have a craft fair tomorrow at my granddaughter's middle school. She's not in middle school yet, but the schools are all in line with, you know, grade school, middle school, and then the high school. So the middle school is doing a fundraiser, and they're having a craft fair. So I'm going to be doing that one. I think I'll take the camera with me and record a little bit while I'm there. Hopefully, try to. And then at the very end of it, touch base with you and let you know what's sold. But in the meantime, just put it out there. I have some yarn to show you. I love yarn. And I go through so much of it that it's like Christmas every time I get to open yarn. I would just soon open boxes of yarn for Christmas. It's just, yeah. I'm a little weird that way. So this one is, let's stick it right on so I can't see. This one is the, I want to say it's Harvest. It is the Harvest. So got 3 skeins of the Harvest. Isn't that beautiful? It does have this very rusty, reddish look. I mean, yeah, my light's kind of shining on it and giving it almost a yellowy glow it doesn't have on the yarn, but so pretty. I love that. You can see all kinds of neat fall stuff coming out of that. I've got to get started on Halloween. And I replaced the same blue that my little Kalani Dragon was made out of, so now I can tell you what it was. It was just plain blue. It was not cornflower. So I got 2 more skeins of that. That is just plain, the one that just says, yeah, blue. So I got 2 skeins of that blue. And 2 skeins of the lighter of the yellow, because I need it for a custom order for a mermaid doll. She wanted blonde and pink. So I had to get some more light yellow. And this is one that's just called yellow. It's not the sunshine yellow, so it's not as bright. Very pretty yellow though. I like this one a lot. It's a little softer looking than the other. There's my 2 skeins of that. And I have 2 skeins of black. I do a lot of 2 skeins. I should just do 3 and get the whole package. Especially black and whites, because I know I'm going to go through it. But this is just plain old black. 2 skeins of that. I need that because I need to make my granddaughter a Wednesday doll. I've been promising her one since last year. This is the new avocado. Maybe I got that wrong. Artichoke. The new artichoke. And in the not magazine, on my phone, you know, scrolling through, looking at them, it looked a little bit browner than it does in person. And I was so happy when I got it that it actually is a nice greenish color. It's almost like, almost a celery, but not quite. And I think artichoke is very aptly named for it because it really is quite a pretty green. It's not too dark. And the main reason I'm trying to stock up on different greens is because I want to do some Ninja Turtles, and contrary to popular belief, the Ninja Turtles are not all the same color. Not just their bands are different colors, but their body skin tone is different colors as well. So I'm trying to get some different greens for that. And I got 2 more cardinal because I'm going to be needing reds for Christmas projects. And I like the cardinal. I think it's a very pretty red. I like the candy apple too, but it has a little bit of a pinkness to it that the cardinal doesn't. So I got 2 more of those. Boy, they packed some yarn in this box. I got 2, I don't know if these are the new ones or if these have been there for a while. I kind of almost think they're the new ones, but maybe I'm wrong. And these are the Ivy, again for my Ninja Turtles Christmas presents. Nice dark green, very, very pretty. Well, I think it's not, I think it's deeper, as I guess is what I'm trying to say, than the emerald. It has a very much deeper, richer color tone to it. And that's the Ivy. So 2 of those. And 3 of this one, which I do know is new. One of the new ones. And this is the almond butter. What a pretty yarn. I can see a lot of cute like teddy bears and reindeers made with this because it's really not that far off from the teddy bear, which is incredibly hard to get. Oh my gosh, goblin. You know how hard it is to get the goblin green? I found some. Mary Maxim. I ordered 10 skeins of it. Cannot wait for that to come because you can never find it. It's been out of stock almost forever on Premier. But I found some at Mary Maxim and I ordered 10 skeins. It was $3.99 a skein, I think. But you have to pay shipping. But I did have $10 credit, so I actually used that as my shipping. So I made out okay. But yeah, these are the new almond butter. I love this. These are really pretty. I like these a lot. And this is my last bag. This is to replace the chestnut that I already used because I had 2 skeins and I've used them up. So this is the chestnut. And I'm trying to get a good shot of it because in there it's looking much lighter than it does in person. It's a very, very pretty color. It's what I made this little kitty with. It's a real pretty color. So we got 3 of those. So that's it for now. I will get back to you at the craft fair. So see you then. All set up. Actually open. Getting there. No sales yet though. Almost up. Everything's set up.
And I already checked out the stand photos. Is that a dragon? A golden dragon? I love dragons.
Things have certainly been slow here. I've sold 4 items so far. I've made less than $50. An hour left. I've made $45. People are starting to come in though, so maybe we'll see. Hi. So I didn't get a whole lot of clips of the craft fair as usual. It was pretty slow. Not what I was hoping for being a school craft fair. I thought for sure there would be tons and tons of kids there. There really wasn't. There was very few kids actually. And the few that were there with vendors, not just shopping. I'm trying to get out of that glare. Any better? Probably not. But I did okay. I made $108, so it wasn't a total washout. That's not great, I know. But I had fun. I met a couple of vendors there that were really, really nice. The woman sitting right beside me was awesome. I liked her a lot. She said she's going to bring her son next week to the one that's in Searsport at the Mossman Park and let him pick out something. Plus she ordered from me. Plus she bought something from me from her mom. And I got 3 orders, 2 Wednesdays and a raccoon. So I got 3 orders out of it. The raccoon is almost done now. I haven't started the Wednesdays yet. I was actually working on a Wednesday for my granddaughter at the time, and they saw it, and that was why they said, "Oh, I want one too. I want one too." So I said, "Well, next week I'll have it there for you next week." So I really got to bust those out this week. Those and the raccoon. I made most of the raccoon last night at work, so I think I can get it done. Probably be the only things I get done this week though will be the raccoon and the 2 Wednesdays. But that's okay. What else? I know there was something else I wanted to discuss, but now I can't remember. Senility. What a lovely thing. I thought menopause was bad. Now it's just all downhill. Let me see. What was I going to say? I know there was something. Oh, so just to recap what I did sell, the little forest dweller, the Ewok, you know, from Star Wars, little forest dweller that was free on Instagram that I made last week. that was the first thing I sold. This young man, probably in his mid-20s, and his girlfriend or wife or whatever, stopped by, and he picked it up, and he was looking at it, and he was looking at it, he was looking at it, and I don't know, she said something to him, and then he put it back, and they wandered off. And about 20 minutes later, he came back, and he just kind of darted in, grabbed it, and brought it over to me and paid for it, and then just darted back out again. So I don't know if she gave him the okay, or if he just was like, well, she's not paying attention, I'm going to grab it. But he bought that for $18, so that was really cute. I'm glad he liked it that much. You know, it makes me happy that, especially considering I didn't have the orange for his little shawl thingy, the right color at all. But in it, I did sell what I sold. Okay, that is the wrong page. That's Westbrook, and that was way back when. So where am I? Balloon Vest, Eddington. Try to keep track of them all. Excuse me. I don't know where that came from. Okay, so I sold the Ewok for $18. I sold the white unicorn that was also an Instagram free pattern that I showed you a while back, a couple videos back. I sold that to the vendor next to me, the one that bought it for her mom and is going to bring her son. I sold two emotional support pickles. Oh, the unicorn was $20. Two emotional support pickles for $10 each. I sold my plankton from Instagram, from the original Instagram challenge. I sold him for $15. I sold a small leggy frog with a keychain from my $5 bin. I sold one of those. And I sold two other items from my $5 bin, but I don't know what they were, because while the father was paying for it, the girl was putting it back and taking something else out and putting it back, taking something else out, because she got one for her and one for her sister. But she couldn't make up her mind what she wanted, so things were going back in and other things were coming out. Other things were going, finally, when she finally settled on her two items, I have no idea what they ended up being, because she just took them and went, and the dad continued to pay for the stuff, so I don't know what they were. But I sold two items out of my $5 bin. So with the 18, 20, 20, 15, 5, and 10, if my math is correct, and it could very well not be because I suck at math, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 98? Maybe it was 98, not 108. Somehow I got an extra 10 in there. But all in all, it was a good day. It was beautiful there. It was very windy, but the sky was just as clear and blue, and it was, I'm messing with my hair because it's still wet. But it was a good day. I had a great time there. I really did. My granddaughter didn't end up going with me, even though it was at her school, because her family went up to camp to have a birthday party for her brother, so I guess that's understandable. But she is supposed to be with me at Mossman Park this coming weekend, and I really hope to sell some inventory, because I'm starting to get overloaded with stuff, and I need to bring it back down again, get some of it out of here, start getting ready for some fall and some Christmas stuff to come in. And I think that's really about it. I mean, it wasn't a big fair. It didn't do super great. I didn't sell a lot of stuff, but I had a good time. Oh, they kept playing music all the time, so I had to keep shutting my recording off. And the music was great. I'm not dissing on the music, because it was great, because they were playing all like Halloween classics, the old ones like Michael Jackson's Thriller, and you know, the Ghostbusters theme song. And so they were playing some really cool music. It was really fun to listen to, but I couldn't record during that. And on the top of that, while I was setting up, the clips of me setting up, kind of looking at the camera on my stand, the wind caught it, blew it over. I am so happy and so lucky that my tablet didn't break. It hit just right so that when my tablet came off, it landed on my table instead of on the tar on the, you know, that we were set up on. I was like, I don't have $200 for a new tablet. I can't even replace my cell phone when I need to replace. So, so yeah, I was very, very happy about that. But all in all, it was a pretty good market. So anyway, I'm gonna end it here. It's probably more than enough of me rambling by now. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I do appreciate all of you who watch. Hopefully my watch count will start going up. So, you know, if you like it, share. Hit the share button. Tell some friends about it. Mention it on some of your socials. Anything like that. Anything that will help me bring up my numbers and my views. Like it. Hit the button. Smash that like button, as they say. Yeah. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining me. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.